Before listening to this episode about Off Limits, please consider that the movie we discussed today contains themes of sexual violence, racism, sexism, and just, generally the Vietnam War and all the bullshit that comes along with that. If you need to skip this episode for your own safety, we totally understand and hope you come back again next week.
Be safe with your feelings. Take care of yourself first.
For a few seconds, this place was Armageddon. There was a firefight!
Fuck you think you're doing?
You were asked a direct question, do you use cocaine?
Am I a bad person?
You never killed a baby!
You want to know who my God is?
Some huge friggin' guy.
She somehow fornicated.
Abysmal.
Put your mouth on this.
Fish aren't meant to be in a box, kid. Can't you see what's inside of me?
Welcome, everybody, to Willem Dafoe Filmography, where my audio sounds bad every episode, but in a different way each time. I'm one of your hosts, Cyan Stone.
I'm the other one of your hosts, Jeff Whaley.
And I'm the third one of your hosts, Jude.
And, this episode, we watched a fucking movie. What was that movie called, Jeff?
Off Limits.
The police thriller, but they put Vietnam on it. They put Vietnam on a police thriller. Mm-hmm. Willem Dafoe.
We're not even checking in.
All right, yeah. How's everyone doing?
I will go first. I'm doing good, and a thing that I've been meaning to mention is that if anyone here also thinks we're doing good and wants to contact us, feel free to send us a line down at the Dafoe office at our Gmail, willemdefilmography@gmail.com.
Excellent plug, Jude. Great mood to debut that email address in.
I'm doing fine.
This is the type of movie I grew up with, so this is just duck off a water's back for me.
Willem Dafoe.
I had no expectations for this movie.
What? That's what I mean!
Willem Dafoe plays literally every protagonist in a police thriller you've seen, only somehow more racist and in Vietnam.
I wouldn't say more racist, but as equivalently racist. He's very racist. I'm not saying he's not racist. I'm saying a lot of cops are very racist in their movies.
Yeah.
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 I will say, well, yeah, I'll say this and then get yelled at probably for it. But in this movie, for me, Willem Dafoe might be the most conventionally attractive looking he's looked in any of the movies.
Ew.
I couldn't tell because it was streamed in 360p.
It was very bad quality. This movie is not viewed anywhere.
For good reason.
Our lovely edit boy, Jeff, found the movie through apparently Yahoo Video? And it was hosted on a Russian website of some sort.
Very strange.
The sole comment underneath the video on that website was a man named Keith Burley saying, Vietnam, Saigon, both capitalized, space, !
That is what the movie is called. Was called internationally, I believe.
Shout out Keith
Burley.
I figured we were on a first name basis.
Keith David was also in this movie, but he did not comment on OK.ru on December 27th, 2020.
This was a COVID watch.
Yep. Who wants to take the summary?
I'll take the summary. And I will say before, since there's not a lot of information on this, and the quality we watched wasn't the best, I tried my best to get everything, and some of the names might be a little off, and I apologize for that. And
I can tell you what name was off with everyone throughout the entire movie. The name Win.
Yep.
Which they kept mispronouncing over and over again, even though it's the most common Vietnamese surname. It is the most common Vietnamese surname.
How were they pronouncing it?
Nguyen.
Oh, see, I didn't hear them announce it that. I did not hear it.
Yeah, I didn't. I heard them pronounce it right.
They said it over and over again. Nguyen.
I did not hear that.
Trust me, they did. They even had the ostensibly Vietnamese characters say it wrong.
That was the name that to be fair, that was the name that I was the most confused about, because I was just like, what are they saying? So I thought
they're mispronouncing Win.
Yeah. I figured that out eventually after my second watch of this movie for the summary.
This movie was a test of my newly prescribed beta blockers.
Yeah, and this movie was just turn your brain off and just like you're watching a shitty action movie on a Saturday afternoon when you're 12 years old. This was nostalgia.
I watched this movie on 1.25 speed, and that still wasn't fast enough to get through it.
Fair.
If I don't like a movie, I'll watch it faster so I can get through it faster.
Mm-hmm.
Completely
understandable.
So in Saigon during the Vietnam War, and Saigon is now known as Ho Chi Minh City, but we will refer to it as what it was referred to during the war for simplicity. So in Saigon during the Vietnam War, a faceless U.S. military officer shoots a sleeping sex worker in front of her baby. That's the cold
right after the camera leers at her for a very long time.
Yeah.
Like it does with every dead naked woman in this movie. Continue.
Yep.
Joint Services Criminal Investigation Division agents, Sergeant First Class Buck McGriff, played by our boy Willem Dafoe, and Sergeant First Class Al Baby Perkins, played by Gregory Hines, chase down a lead in a deserter case that leads to the gayest example of good cop, bad cop ever put to film, in my opinion.
It is pretty gay.
Gregory Hines literally cannot wait to go for the dick in
every
nuts. Single interrogation.
Give me those nuts!
Yeah, give me those nuts! Give me those nuts!
That is a quote.
And he is also chewing in every scene that he is in the most distracting way he can possibly be chewing.
And in this scene particularly, Willem Dafoe keeps calling Gregory Hines babe.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa, babe. It's like, give me those nuts! And so it was just very gay.
When they started interrogating the guy at 8 minutes and 33 seconds, I said, torturing a man for information, Willem Dafoe. 8 minutes in, I already fucking hate this guy. Continue.
During the interrogation, they're interrupted by an MP in the South Vietnam Army they call Lime Green, played by Lim Kay Tong.
Yeah, who is right in every scene that he's in.
Continue. He is objectively correct. And that is the thing with the scenes that he's in. This is like one of the few Vietnam movies where you actually hear the other perspective of the Vietnamese people.
You hear the South Vietnamese perspective. He is still portrayed as a villain.
Yes. Oh no, the portrayal is awful, but at least
the entire way. He is right in every scene, but the film still does not want you to be sympathetic towards him, even though he is objectively right in every single scene.
Absolutely. I'm just saying, it's nice to hear that point of view. Even if the film is doing it wrong, it's at least there.
I don't count it.
Completely fair.
I have a point on this later.
McGriff and Perkins are called to the scene of the murdered sex worker and are filled in by their superior, Master Sergeant Ben Dix, played by Fred Ward.
Mm-hmm.
They question a neighbor with the help of translator Rogers, played by David Allen Greer.
I forget what he was in. I remember the name. I forget what he was in.
A lot of things. Living Color, sketch show in there. A bunch of the Wayans Brothers movies. He's been in so many things. A lot of TV shows. I can't tell you an exact thing he is. He's just a very known working comedian. And I was very surprised. I thought, I was like, man, that kind of looks like David Alan Grier. And then I looked it up and it was him. I was like, oh shit! That leads them to Specialist Maurice, played by Keith David.
Yeah. Basically, the sex worker says that she was with a guy who she wouldn't have sex with because of VD.
Drippy Dick, as they called it.
Drippy Dick, yeah. And the guy heard the gunshot and ran after whoever did it. Mm-hmm. And that turns out to be Keith David through a bunch of different things. Also, the baby's there in the scene before, and then comes back later for no reason. I guess to get them to meet the nun.
Yeah.
Never mind. Yeah, I gotta save my anger. Save my anger.
Yes.
It is.
Maurice saw who did it, but demands to tell it to a general and protection before he gives any details because he's afraid he's gonna get killed.
Yeah. He demands to be given a gun and put in a safe house with. I assume that was David Alan Grier's character. I could not tell who a lot of characters were because this was streamed at 360p. I could not make out a lot of important faces.
That was not a problem for me. I was able to follow it for the most part.
My eyes are too used to modern resolutions.
Fair. I was born with shitty resolutions, so I'm still used to it.
I guess it's not even that, because even though the resolution was technically lower, TVs were still made for it, so it still came in clear. Anyway, it was just at 21 minutes and 21 seconds, I wrote, Keith David being a cackling scumbag is exactly the kind of relief I need at this point in this hot dog shit movie.
Enjoy the 3 minutes you get of it.
And then at 22:14, the safe house is invaded by two, I guess, hired mercs.
Assailants is what I refer to them as throughout the thing.
Yeah, at 22:14, I wrote, and he's dead. Great.
Yep. Yeah.
And then after blowing up the safe house, they come in with guns and shoot his corpse. And I wrote, at 22:22, LMAO, holy shit, Jesus Christ. And then we immediately see Gregory Hines' character driving the car with Willem Dafoe back to the safe house, and I just wrote, stop fucking chewing. Stop fucking chewing. I finally get you, Jude. It was so fucking annoying.
Yeah.
I
didn't like it either.
I only noticed it in one major scene, so it did not bother me.
You lucky son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Because it's every scene.
Yeah, they give chase, but then they lose the assailants, and they go back to the field hospital to check on Rogers and find out that he succumbed to his injuries from the bomb. It was a concussion wound.
And then they have Willem take an opportunity to be extremely racist towards Vietnamese people at Lime.
Who, again, is objectively correct, saying, sorry if I'm not concerned about your one friend that died when you're killing Vietnamese all over the fucking place.
Yeah, exactly. This movie is really making me struggle a lot, because it's making me like a military police person in South Vietnam during the Vietnam War.
Yeah, they have a run-in with Lime, and in this...
Lime's pretty hot.
Lime is very hot, too. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
He is.
Apparently, that actor is probably the most famous actor from Singapore actor in the world. Probably he's a very big deal there, and been in some stuff here. He's basically anytime there's a Marco Polo thing, he is in that. So,
are there a lot of Marco Polo things?
There was a TV movie in 2007 and a Netflix series about 10 years ago.
I had no idea.
I looked him up, and I knew about the Netflix series. I never watched it, but I heard good things.
Huh.
Yeah, so he's just kind of a go-to Asian actor.
I see.
Lim K. Tong?
Lim K. Tong, yes.
Mm-hmm.
So Willem goes back to investigate the crime scene because all of his leads died.
Before that, real quick,
yeah.
With the run-in with Lime, they do find out there was a previous case of multiple murderers that was dropped by the U.S. and not in official records. They don't believe it because Lime told them, and they're racist.
Yeah.
And then back at the crime scene,
they wouldn't falsify records.
Please do that one more time for prosperity. That was amazing, Jude.
They wouldn't falsify records.
Yeah.
Side note, unrelated to the movie. Jeff, you say prosperity every single time.
What is it supposed to be?
Posterity.
Posterity. I think I know that.
Posterior.
I just those words get confused. But yeah, I think
just to make it simple, just say it's for ass.
I will.
Can you say that again for ass?
Yes. Can you say that for ass for posterity? I will. Thank you for telling me that. That is how I learn.
I wouldn't have brought it because I've heard it in previous recordings. I wouldn't have brought it up if I did. If it, yeah.
No, I'm totally okay with breaking it. I say shit wrong.
Doesn't pronounce Zuko right.
And I've learned how to pronounce Zuko.
You still mess up sometimes.
I do.
You mean the name that they say in the show?
I know,
over and over
but for
again?
some reason my brain changes it to Zuko, and I can't tell you why. I know, and then once I heard someone making fun of me for it, then it helped me be more aware of it, and I'm more conscious of it.
Is it just like a Mormon thing where you can't pronounce any foreign name correctly?
No,
is it the thing
absolutely
they teach
not.
Is it like a thing they teach
Mormon
you?
missionaries,
Japanese names correct all the time.
Mormon missionaries are very good at pronouncing foreign names.
I feel like weeb overrides Mormon in a lot of cases.
Well, he's not a weeb though.
Fair.
I'm a wrestling weeb, if you could call that. Like, I know who the fuck Antonio Inoki is.
But you also know, like, other names and shit. So
yeah.
It seems more just like a speaking problem.
Yes.
Not in a weird way, just in, like, a genuine...
This is an anthropology study we need to conduct in Utah, just to...
No, this
really
is not a
really
Mormon thing. This is a me thing.
Yeah.
I am your guinea pig. Yeah, back at the crime scene, the neighbor hands over the victim's baby to McGriff and tells him to fuck off.
Yeah, they apparently just gave the baby to the sex worker that they interviewed, and she was just like, "What the fuck am I supposed to do with this?"
Mm-hmm.
Like, and so she gives it to Willem Dafoe, and we have a short. Oh, what am I supposed to do with this baby? Comedy cutaway, and then they end up at a Catholic church in Vietnam, which. Man, the fact
where
that
they should have taken the baby to begin with.
Yeah, true. But another thing is, like, Catholicism during the Vietnam War, that's a subject that they could have touched on in a much better way than they did in this movie, where the installed leader of South Vietnam was a Catholic and persecuted all other religions in South Vietnam during the Vietnam War.
I did not know that.
But yes, but yeah, they just made them universally good. Anyway, continue.
It was a means to an end. There was no politics in the mind of this, which is
except be racist to Vietnamese people.
I mean. To be fair, a lot of apolitical people, their politics are.
I would disagree that there were no. I would disagree that there was no politics in this.
Yeah, I wouldn't even entertain the idea that there was no politics in this.
You're right. I'm not saying there's no politics in it. I'm saying the person who wrote this would say there's no politics in it.
Yeah.
No, even then, I think they were trying to be a little political.
Okay.
Their politics are sometimes the military bad, maybe, but also. Ew, Vietnamese
But
people.
the individual's good.
Yeah.
Anyway, they drop off this baby and Willem Dafoe finds a nun he wants to fuck.
Where they speak with Sister Nicole, played by Amanda Pays, who gives them more information on the victim.
I wrote, at 31 minutes and 24 seconds, Christ, are they going to have a white lady nun teach these racist cops not to be racist? And the answer is no, question mark.
The most humanization that the sex workers get in this movie comes from the nun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And even then, she's just talking about what they were good at in their general professions.
And that they created a essentially nun babysitting thing for their children while they work.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They don't teach, and also I will have to say the name Buck McGriff, I fucking love. Like
I was immediately like, either this movie is going to be fucking rad, or I'm going to hate it with every fiber of my being. Guess which one ended up being true?
The rad one.
No.
Damn it.
Continue.
But yeah, she basically just teaches them not to be racist, but that, hey, nuns know about sex things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sister Nicole gives them more information on the victims. They talk to Dix about the previous investigator on the case, Elgin Flowers, played by Raymond O'Connor, who voluntarily transferred to an active battle at Quezon. McGriff...
Wait, what is it called again?
Quezon.
Case on these nuts?
McGriff and Perkins find Flowers in an isolated trench he built for fear of being murdered by an officer for getting too close. And I kinda fuck with this little gremlin a little bit.
They essentially find warmonger Bubbles in the trenches.
Yeah, yep.
Bubbles from Trailer Park Boys. He is a round-faced little guy with big glasses. He is kind of delightful, but again, this movie doesn't let you have good things for long.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't die. There's this like back and forth where like he's like, I'm not telling anybody anything. And then at the last minute when they're flying out, he runs towards the plane to give them the files that
while
they need. It's like
swearing at them for guilt tripping him. You guilt tripping motherfuckers! Like that was fun.
Yeah.
There's tiny moments of fun in this very bad movie.
Yeah.
I didn't find him very fun.
It's not worth it.
You can't see him.
Yeah, you can't
see him because, again, it's 360p. At 36:20, when they arrive in Quezon, I wrote in all caps, boom, pow, cops in Vietnam, pew, pew.
Yeah.
At some point, Willem tries to win over Flowers by saying, like, these kids are just innocent people in the middle of this mess. I was just like, who made the mess, Willem? Who made the mess that the kids are in the middle of, Willem?
Yeah.
39, there's still an hour left of this fucking movie.
Yeah, and in the files that Flowers gives them, there are 5 suspects that has been whittled down to, and a picture of a potential victim that got away, Win. And then
which they consistently pronounce Nguyen.
And then they go see Sister Nicole, who tells them she hasn't been seen in months, but she does have a sister who works at a strip club. Nicole goes with McGriff and Perkins to talk with Lon, played by Tui An Lu, who tells them Win is in Hanoi fighting with the Viet Cong, who is a patriot now.
Yeah.
And this was the scene that I noticed the chewing. Gregory Hines is like, we don't care about the politics, we're just here for a murder investigation.
At 46:59, I wrote, stop fucking chewing. But before that, at 44:41, I wrote, all of these whiteys are mispronouncing Win, and it's driving me insane.
Yeah, that was the chew that was too much for me, because it was a nice close-up of his mouth, only half moving, and it's like, dude.
Horrendous.
Yeah. Yeah, then McGriff and Perkins realize they're being followed by one of the assailants that killed Rogers and ambush him in the wreckage of the safe house.
Yeah.
When arresting him, a mob of angry locals surround them, justifiably.
Yeah.
And the handcuffed assailant gets shot by an assassin in a scene where Willem Dafoe makes a very funny face when the guy gets shot.
Couldn't tell. It was 360p. Couldn't make out his face whatsoever. At 53:13, I wrote, are they really going to make these nameless Vietnamese people an angry mob stopping the good boy detectives from doing the right thing because they've been tricked? And then we proceed to have, I would say, one of the most racist scenes in the fucking movie.
Yeah, easily.
It just like, these extras are all just like unreasonable, portrayed as like unreasonable, angry, and like just attacking Americans to attack Americans because they couldn't tell that the guy had been shot from above and not by the cops or something like that. And then basically they essentially play out a scene that happened that every cop pictures in their head whenever a protester is within like 5 feet of their car.
Yep.
Of just like, I'm in danger, and like the mob is beating down on their car while they're trapped in it. And then Lime comes in and says like, hey, it really looks like you murdered this man. I'm going to need to arrest you. And then they're just like, there's this... Lime has been nothing but reasonable this entire time. And Willem Dafoe and Gregory Hines' character act like they're gonna have to shoot their fucking way out of here instead of just like going into custody and
being reasonable,
telling them what they know. Yeah,
they said they would go with him. They just didn't want to be arrested, and it's like, dudes,
you're not in Eddie's position to.
You don't have jurisdiction. Just fucking get handcuffed and just fucking go there. What the fuck?
Yeah. Nothing about how Lime has acted has indicated like that they'll be like extrajudicially killed or anything like that. They're military police. They have guns. They are clearly in control of the crowd at this point.
Until
they are.
No, they are. And then U.S. helicopter came in and we just
no. Hold
swing
on.
our fucking dick all over the place.
Fred Ward comes in and is just like, these men are coming with me. And Lime is like, it looks like they murdered a guy. We need to take them in. Then Fred Ward is like, America. And then a helicopter comes in and he has a target, Lime. And Lime lets them go because he's being threatened with a helicopter gun.
Yeah, this scene fucking sucks. This is
good old American warfare.
Yeah, the music is portraying it like it's such a big like win for like, yeah, American. It's like, what the fuck are we doing, movie?
Yeah, at 57:32, I wrote, even in this movie, this America dick sucking moment makes no goddamn sense.
None at all.
And then when Fred Ward pulls them out of that situation, you can note that the extras don't really know what to do, and so just kind of like throw their hands in fists up at random intervals. They were clearly giving bad direction. At 1 hour and 24 seconds, I wrote, stop fucking chewing. Continue.
I like you have that rudder.
I should note that my only note for this movie was sigh. Like, sigh.
It'd be funny.
Yes?
Yeah. It'd be funny if your only note was C-size notes. But yeah, no,
I have a more substantial note during the research. But yeah.
Oh yeah. Were you able to research where this was filmed?
Oh no.
I think I read online it was in Thailand, but I'm not 100% sure. So yeah, they whittle the suspects down to 3 people. And trail the one person they're unaware of, Colonel Dexter Armstrong, to a hotel where I didn't know how to word this, so please help when I say this, and feel free to correct me how you think it should be. He has participated in BDSM with 2 sex workers.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I know.
He is raping a kidnapped woman.
Yeah.
Yeah. And calling it BDSM.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he is calling it BDSM, but
the movie is essentially calling it BDSM. They're trying to make him seem like a killer, but like he's also a rapist. And yeah,
of little girls, his words.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very Epstein. Ugh.
Yeah.
McGriff and Perkins then get ambushed by other army soldiers and get flown to Colonel Armstrong's base camp. And then another horrifying scene. Armstrong takes suspected VC and McGriff and Perkins in a helicopter and has them interrogate him while he, quote-unquote, interrogates the suspected VC.
By that, he means he just throws them off the helicopter
when they don't answer his questions quickly enough.
And then he says, "If I did it, I'll stay in the helicopter. If I didn't do it, I'll jump out of the fucking helicopter." And then he jumps out of the fucking helicopter,
somehow thinking that would prove his innocence.
Yeah,
it's fucking insane. And I
did not get his reasoning at all. I was okay.
He's supposed to be like a quintessential fucked up Vietnam guy, I guess. At an hour, 9 minutes, and 58 seconds, I wrote, "Man, if every American officer is a fucking lunatic like this guy, why the fuck do they have a problem with Lime? Like, why?"
Yeah, yep. You know why.
Because Vietnamese.
Yeah, and in this scene...
Because he's Vietnamese and right.
Yes. And you can't be right with Americans.
That scene with Lime being targeted by the helicopter gun, last time we see Lime. He doesn't get any
we see him in a picture later, but yeah, that's the last time we see him.
That doesn't... No. Like, I'm talking about, like, there should have been a scene in this movie where they're like, "We're sorry, Lime."
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Absolutely.
Because he was right the entire fucking time.
Mm-hmm. They treat him like a regular cop movie would treat Internal Affairs.
Yeah. They just slapped Vietnam on a police thriller.
Yep. Yeah.
But
during the Armstrong helicopter scene, he mentions that like he's never killed a sex worker, and that obviously not the word he used, but all he does is like use like a riding crop on them, like that's my kink. But now everyone you're gonna put in your report,
also kidnap and sexually assault them.
Yeah. Yep.
With presumably their madam.
Yep.
From what I could tell.
And he says, now you're going to put that in your report and everyone's going to know and my career's ruined. And that's basically why he decided to kill himself. Whoever wrote this movie wrote that scene first because they thought it was cool. He
could have just killed them.
Yeah.
He could have just killed them. Everything in this movie indicates that he would have gotten away with that.
100%. This makes...
Not even including the fucking... weird twist at the end.
This was a dude writing this, getting high, being like, wouldn't that be fucked up? And then like, yes, but not in a cool way. Don't write it down. What are you doing? Oh god, this is on film.
And Gregory Hines won't stop fucking chewing. He won't stop chewing. Continue.
I'm sorry to take so much joy in your frustration, but
no, it's understandable. I inflict a lot of pain on the hosts of this podcast, and so I deserve it. This movie was God's punishment for all of my sins. And when I was an edgy teenager, God was like, "I'm going to make this motherfucker watch 3 Vietnam movies in a goddamn row to just make them so fucking furious
of varying quality."
Yeah.
I feel like it's actually decreasing in quality.
It is. It absolutely is.
Yeah.
To say what I say, because it's a police procedural, and I'm so used to watching this, my brain was able to kind of just turn off and watch it for what it was.
And it was bad.
Horrifying.
Yeah.
Horrifying.
Yes. That's why it's good to talk about this and realize, oh shit, that was bad. I mean, I knew it was bad, but like hearing just how bad it was, because it's easy to just kind of shut some of that shit off. Like, you know it, but you don't overthink it.
Yeah.
That's kind of the problem, isn't it? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, Jeff.
Yes.
Our ability to compartmentalize these things is a big problem in society.
I misunderstood where you were going with that. You're absolutely correct. Dix gets McGriff and Perkins out to his custody and tells them they got their leave orders early.
Yeah.
Thinking the case is wrapped up with Armstrong's death, McGriff stops at the orphanage and find out that Lon was murdered the night before. McGriff and Perkins tried to get back on the case, but Dix forces them... Yes.
Hold on. They go back to the crime scene of the newly murdered person.
Mm-hmm.
There's an escalation. Both the sex worker and the baby present were murdered this time. Every victim has a baby that they've had with an American soldier at some point. And at an hour, 13 minutes, and 49 seconds, I wrote, "Is there a woman's naked dead body this movie won't fucking leer at? Jesus Christ. This movie wants you to be titillated by the most horrific shit. Like, fuck this movie." I hate this movie. Dix says, "You're not on the case anymore. Go or I'll have you arrested."
Mm-hmm.
And then they're put in a transport car and they're...
On the way, the last assailant throws a grenade under their car. They survive and shoot him.
Before that, they're having this conversation and they're being very racist about Vietnamese people.
Mm-hmm.
And Willem is like, "We weren't doing it for them. We were doing it for us." And I wrote in all caps, "Why weren't you doing it for them, Willem?"
Mm-hmm.
Why weren't you doing it for them? They're murder victims. They're orphans. They're...
Yep. I will say, again, watching this a second time to write the summary, I put a lot of this shit of like, now that I'm paying attention and not able to compartmentalize, this is really bad.
I don't disagree with you that police thrillers are normally racist. This cranks it up to 11.
You might be right.
This is
very bad.
They take literally every scene where they're not pretending to be sympathetic towards the victims to be racist about Vietnamese people.
Huh? It definitely feels like someone trying to be like, well, it would be authentic. That's how they would be. It's like, you don't need that.
But they also want us to like these people.
Yeah.
Clearly. With the fucking dick-sucking American helicopter scene, they wanted us to be like, fuck yeah, they're getting out of their apparent crimes that they didn't commit, but it very much looks like they did, and Lima's being very fucking reasonable with them. Like,
And in the 80s, when this was released, they would have been considered sympathetic.
Yeah. That's the horrifying bit.
Mm-hmm.
This was so normal for such a long fucking time.
To this day, for a lot of people.
Yeah. So many people want us to go back to the day where this was the shit. Like, this is... I can't wait for next episode. Because I want to get out of Vietnam. Well, I want my orders to go home from Vietnam. Please. please let me go back to my sweetie at the sock hop. I don't want to be in Vietnam no more.
the girl with the biggest tits and nipples you've ever sucked on.
Oh man, we'll get to that. Man, the banter between
it's not
Griff
good.
And Al Baby is like...
And I don't know how much of that is the material or the actors not having chemistry.
I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. It's just bad.
Rest in peace, Gregory Hines.
Absolutely
I'm sure you were fine at stuff.
He was hilarious in The History of the World, Volume 1. Very funny Mel Brooks movie.
Maybe that movie will be less racist to Vietnamese people. So
yes!
Go on.
It will be less racist to Vietnamese people, in that there are none in it.
Okay.
Okay.
Omission is not less racist, but I guess
I'll take it at this point. Take it at this point.
Mel.
Neutrality is not less.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
Vietnam and movies need to take a break, like Ross and Rachel.
They have in real life, just not in our particular project we decided to do.
Yeah.
Where the fuck were we? Oh yeah, the banter, and then on the way they had a grenade thrown into their car. They both survive, and they
act like Gregory Hines is going to die.
They do, and then he doesn't. And then they kill the assailant, and then Perkins gets taken into custody.
If he had died, I was so ready to type out a note that said, "Well, I didn't mean stop chewing that way." He lived, so I didn't get to wrap it up.
Yeah, McGriff goes to
Willem escapes the scene. Gregory Hines gets it so that basically distracts the MPs so that Willem can escape. He goes to the church. At this point, I've written some variation of Willem, please don't fuck this nun 3 times throughout this movie.
He doesn't.
Yeah, he doesn't. The movie really wants you to think they are about to, which is weird. Because, I know what, I don't know.
I kind of like.
I am a connoisseur of adult media. Let's say nun fetishes have always been weird to me. Not that I'm I think any sort of aspect of it is sacred, but the fact that it clearly stems from nuns are supposed to be virgins and virgins are hot to some people thing is very weird to me, and I just got that from this movie a little bit. Ooh, she's out of reach, but maybe I can get her. I don't know. At some point, Willem says, "Doesn't anyone give a fuck but me and my partner?" And it's you don't give a fuck. You don't give a fuck about the people who matter in this situation, which is the victims.
At the very least, he is an unreliable narrator in, he will say all of those things so we don't know which one is true or not.
Yeah. My last note on Willem potentially fucking the nun is all caps, Willem, do not the nun.
Do not the nun,
and then they
Willem.
And then they go to Hanoi.
Is for some reason the way you said that, is that a preview of what your notes are going to look like for the next movie?
I don't know.
Just as in much, scripture text as possible.
I don't know.
Perkins...
Jesus fucked Mary Magdalene. Come at me.
Hell yeah. Perkins gets taken into custody and McGriff goes to the orphanage. Nicole reveals she knows the location of Wynn and sets up a meeting with her. Perkins escapes from the cops off-screen for some reason and meets up with McGriff at the orphanage because he's been listening to basketball games the whole time and he's doing a weird basketball pretend to deal with the fact that it should be dead, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, they go to Hanoi, to a VC base camp. Wynn says the final 2 suspects aren't the murderer, and then fingers Dix as the murderer.
Yeah.
Richard...
She fingers Dix like Gregory Hines' characters wants to fingers Dix.
Yeah.
I tried. I'm so tired. I've had 2 energy drinks, and this movie is still sapping my energy just to talk about.
I can tell.
At an hour and 25 minutes and 4 seconds, I wrote, "Sure would be nice to see this blurry-ass cave." At an hour and 26:50, they do a fake-out where it almost looks like Wynn is about to pick out Lime as the culprit, and I was so fucking ready for this movie to make that stupid decision that I wrote, "Fucking what? Why is it Lime?" And then literally 8 seconds later, I wrote, "Oh, thank God it's not Lime."
I want to say from the beginning, I suspected Mustache Freak.
I didn't, but that's just because it's weird because going back, this movie does actually do a very good job of pointing towards Dix in subtle ways.
Yes.
That makes sense. That's the one thing that I can give this movie is, they clearly plotted that out from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, it doesn't... The way that they get to making it actually Dix doesn't really make sense.
Not really.
Yeah, he was mad about getting decommissioned because of a tattoo, so he serial murdered sex workers?
Mm-hmm. And tried to blame it on officer class, I guess?
I guess?
Yeah. But and again, I'm glad you were able to call out Fred Ward right away. I have too much goodwill for Tremors to instantly be like, oh, he's gonna be the bad guy. I'm like, oh, yay, Fred Ward. Oh, damn it.
I just didn't trust him.
You were correct. Yeah, McGriff and Perkins return to Saigon and search Dix's apartment. They find an evidence shrine in his closet, which is always fun when you see that in movies.
Yeah, totally how it works.
A lot of sense.
Yep. Mm-hmm. That apparently proves his guilt. I don't quite know how that connects, but they find a newspaper photo of Sister Nicole, so they rush to the orphanage, while Dix delivers his villain monologue that he does in the third person for some reason.
Yeah. I was very confused. Like, is he trying to make it seem to this nun that he's not the person about to kill her?
And then... I feel like there must have been some connective tissue cut out that they couldn't fit in for time.
Yeah. And then at an hour and 29 seconds, an hour and 29 minutes and 8 seconds, I wrote, boy, it sure would be nice to be able to tell what that blurry-ass tattoo is.
It was scraped off, I think, purposefully, so I don't think... It's just supposed to look like the remnants of a tattoo.
The scrapings were blurry.
I could tell that there was a former tattoo there, and that's all I needed.
Yeah. Then they kill him.
Yeah. They shoot him out a window, which he does a perfect moonsault out of. Perfect backflip. And then when they look out the window, he somehow lands on his back, which doesn't make sense with how he falls at all.
But also, he's posed like he's doing like a line dance in a musical?
Yeah.
He's like...
The arms are... the leg is weird. It's a weird-ass pose.
Why'd they pose it like that?
I don't know.
An hour and 32 minutes, I wrote, why did they pose it like that?
I just laughed when I saw that. Like, what the fuck? That's... What? Like...
My biggest laugh in this movie was when Willem Dafoe looks dead in the nun's room after escaping custody.
Oh, that was a thing I thought of when that, like, you posted the question in Streets of Fire, what would you do if you see a screaming Willem Dafoe run at you? Another one of those classic questions, what would you do if you go to your room and a dying Willem Dafoe is just laying shirtless?
What looks to be dead Willem Dafoe is just dead in your room.
Save him, I guess. If anyone's dead in front of me, barring people I absolutely hate, I'm going to save them.
Yeah.
Get him to the cocoon as quickly as possible.
Yeah. Find the nearest cocoon.
The movie ends on a scene of the nun taking her nunly vows, no line being apologized to in sight. Then McGriff and Al Baby drive off talking about tits.
The end.
An hour 33 minutes and 58 seconds, I wrote, man, fuck this movie.
So
Willem Dafoe.
No, hold on.
Hold on. I have a ton of research.
Let's go.
It wasn't really natural to be sprinkled out throughout, but... So, Jeff and I discussed beforehand that there really wasn't a lot of research and just, like, information on this movie, and honestly, after watching the movie, I could not give a shit about it. But what I did give a shit...
This movie seems like it was buried, and rightfully so.
Yeah. So, considering this movie handled the topic of sex work and violence against women during the Vietnam War with as much grace as a demon with 2 left feet, I thought our research today could center on that exact thing. In 2000, the feminist magazine Trouble and Strife published an article detailing the role women and sex workers in particular were forced to play in the war, primarily prostitution, forced marriage, military raids, and interrogation and imprisonment. So obviously today we're going to be focusing on prostitution and sex work and sex trafficking. With the large role that sex work has played in our society, it's almost expected for something as steeped in masculine culture as war to be rife with it. When it comes to the Vietnam and American conflict specifically, the prostitution and trafficking of vulnerable people, particularly women, was especially rampant. By the end of the war in 1975, there were approximately 500,000 women coerced or forced into sex work. What started as a small, mostly private affair between soldiers and individual sex workers at the beginning of the war quickly grew to the U.S. having official military brothels on 3 separate bases by 1966. The South Vietnamese government made prostitution illegal officially, but was, perhaps expectantly, exploiting the system itself. Several South Vietnamese politicians and officers were found guilty of exploiting sex workers in some way. I think I read somewhere that it was like taking 30% of their profits because fucking, of course. Forced relocation, village raids, and free fire zones were all contributing factors to people mostly women, turning to sex work out of necessity, not choice, obviously. Not that like people can't choose sex work, but like I don't think people would choose this particular brand of it.
This would be trafficking. This would be, yes. We are not anti-sex work. This is trafficking.
Yeah. Sexist cultural ideals led to women victims of sexual violence being deemed ineligible for marriage, and single women were considered a burden on their families. So cities often coerced them into prostitution and, just being trafficked as a result. So and we've already talked about how rampant sexual violence against women was amongst American soldiers.
Mm-hmm. We sure have.
It's practically common knowledge that sex workers are often targets of various types of horrific violence, and that police rarely give a shit about their murders. Not to sound like a nihilist, but with all of that being said, I found the original premise of this movie a bit weird. I hate when people propagandize cops and detectives in particular as these grandstanding citizens willing to do anything for their sense of justice, when in reality it's the victims of these crimes that go ignored at best sometimes if they aren't further victimized by the system. Oh, yeah. And that's not to say we shouldn't make media surrounding violence against sex workers, but this movie clearly wasn't going for some feminist angle on it. The dead sex workers in this movie are just as much props as the fucking guns, and it feels so exploitative.
Yeah.
And that's all the research I have.
Hell yeah.
Look at this dead sex worker. Isn't she hot? It's just, man.
Yeah. So, that's just a little bit of context of what sex work might have been like during the Vietnam War.
And also with, and just you said the best they could do is to, like, be ignored, basically, because a lot of the times, because a lot of the times when people talk about,
that's the best treatment they get.
Yeah, when they talk about, like,
at best they get that.
When they talk about sex, trafficking, almost all of the times, the victims that they're saying we need to worry about are the ones getting arrested and charged for prostitution. Yeah, our system is entirely fucked up about that, and we use it for fucking propaganda and all this horse shit. Willem Dafoe or Willem Dafoe?
I'm something of
William Dafoe.
myself.
Willem Dafoe.
Yeah, Willem Dafoe for me as well. I don't really trust
Willem Dafoe
cops.
For me as well.
And this is a cop literally in a movie called Off Limits.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, just the title of the movie makes me hate it.
Yeah.
The title along with the premise.
And it can't be stated enough. His name is Buck McGriff.
Yeah, it is.
His name is Buck McGriff. Why did we watch this? I gave us an out last episode where we could just pretend that we lost the footage. We didn't have to watch this movie. And now it's in my head. I can't unsee this movie.
Once we get to the better movies, we're going to be like, at least, it was nice. No, never mind. I was going to say, at least we got to struggle through this movie.
The best you could do is forget this movie ever happened.
Yeah, which I think the entire universe tried to do, and we're just bringing it up again.
It'll be very easy for me to forget.
The world tried to save us by hiding this movie on OK.ru, and we did not heed the warnings.
Also,
we did not heed the sign that says, "Abandon all hope, ye who enter in."
Our hubris was our downfall.
Ended up in hell.
I would say this is like day 3 Cocoon. He did not look very good in this movie.
Oh my god, I said day 3 Cocoon. I wrote in I wrote at 8 minutes and 2 seconds, an angry day 3 Dafoe in 360p is a terrifying sight. I count myself braver than the troops in Vietnam. Yeah, I said day 3 Cocoon.
I guess I like day 3 Cocoon Dafoe then, I guess.
Yeah, he is a charm. All right. Well, my friends, we've come to the Willem Defend. No more Vietnam for a while. Join us next week when we watch...
Well, first off, we do need to say whether we like this movie or not, because we did not officially
Fuck
say
this
that.
movie. No.
Yeah.
No.
I thought there was some charm to it, and then talking about it and thinking about it, no, fuck this movie.
No, fuck this movie.
Yep.
Forever. On OK.ru it shall remain. Don't go there. I don't know how good that website is.
It did not look safe.
Nope.
I just know it hosted this movie, and that's all I need.
Yep.
Well, my friends, we've come to the Willem Defend. Join us next time when we watch...
The Last Temptation of Christ.
Okay, bye.
Bye. You've been listening to Willem the Filmography. Our theme song is Cherry Metal by Arthur Vick. You can find this podcast on Spotify, YouTube, Amazon Music, and most places you find podcasts. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and review anywhere you can. Follow us on social media at WillemDaFilms on Blue Sky and Willem.DaFilms on TikTok, Instagram, and Threads. And share our podcast with anyone you think might like it. If you would like to support monetarily, check out our Willem the Filmography Patreon and support there. Thanks for listening.
Bravo, sir. I've had about enough of your shit too, Billy.